Hey everybody, welcome to another Age of Grogu, and we have with us as always Jason, Max, and Elijah. Hey guys.
Hey.
And
What up?
we have with us today, just to join in and chat for the period for the hour or so, we have Liam. Hey Liam, how you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Hello. Liam, all the way from England. Unfortunately, the British internet is not as cool as the American internet, so we don't get Liam's face, but we get his voice, which is
blaming
great.
British internet, Brent?
We're for sure. I don't know. How you doing, Liam?
I'm good. Thank you for letting me come on. Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
It's good to have you,
Good to have you. Yeah.
Always good to have Liam on.
Yeah. Liam's got some very
I know.
cool. Yeah, he's always got some cool perspectives and stuff like that. So at this point, it seems like chat's pretty quiet right now. I'm sure we'll get some people coming in. What have you guys been up to? It's been kind of like we kind of filled in with Kenobi last week, doing a whole kind of special for the season of Kenobi, and now we've got some catching up to do. It's just been I've been very busy with work and Sundays and stuff like that. So, how you guys doing?
Good, man.
Yeah, what you been up to, Jason?
Me and Liz just went on vacation. We just got back.
Cool.
We
Nice.
just drove along the coast up to San Francisco, but we had a few stops on the way. Went to Hearst Castle.
Yep.
That's
cool.
Crazy to see. Just the crazy how rich that guy was, you know?
Yeah. If anyone out there doesn't know, Hearst Castle was basically
William Randolph Hearst's estate. He
newspaper tycoon,
media mogul.
And the time period, though, like he was huge around the 20s and the 30s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If I remember right.
It was like
the Great Gatsby of the West.
Yeah, I mean, basically where the movie stars went to have their vacations and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was cool. They showed they had like a viewing of like a just film of like Charlie Chaplin and all these like actors
who'd been
like, from like the silent era who were just like hanging out on the property.
Yeah.
And like someone was just like recording them. You know, it's like all those actresses who like all at the time all looked like Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like just a flapper girl look. You know?
Hey there, Anchorman. How you doing?
But yeah, it was cool. I went there once when I was a kid, but like going back as an adult and like understanding the context of like who he was and what he's done and then just like, you know, the relationship of rich people and the world and stuff. It was interesting.
Yeah. Well, if you're ever out in California, it's definitely a place to visit. I've been there before. It's pretty spectacular.
It took like 28 years to make, and he kept changing his mind. That must have been a nightmare.
Oh,
Can you imagine that? He like, see, this was before SketchUp, so he wasn't able to like model of it. He's like, put some stained glass here. Yeah. And then they install it, and then he'll walk in. He's like, nah, I don't like it. Let's change that out. It's like, it's so convenient now. You can just make like a 3D rendering of what exactly it could look like. And then by then they could pick and choose what they want. But back then they bring this thing from across the seas and put it in. And he wouldn't like it, so they'd have to change it. It's pain and all, but you know, working in film, we know what that's like. And can you imagine 28 years of just building
it's a long time.
It is,
changing minds and things. Like that's that's one of the things I could think of. Sorry,
fair enough. No, that's cool.
Stop.
That's cool.
What are you up
to?
I've been Kenobin. It's Kenobin time, guys.
Okay, all right.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Which issue comics is that one?
That's number 2. It just came out this week.
Okay. What is it? Just
Qui-Gon Kenobi. Yeah.
So you've seen scenes from like Phantom Menace in there?
No, this goes into stuff before Phantom Menace. You get to see when Obi-Wan's still a Padawan with Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon, cool.
That Padawan haircut, the fresh Padawan haircut.
That's cool.
Yeah, you get to see that. It's pretty cool.
Right. And Liam, what have you been up to? It's the summertime over in England now. It's summertime here. What have you been doing, man?
Well, I just got off college. I had my like last Thursday, I finished college and I'm going back next year for a second year.
Cool.
So, for like 6 weeks, I just get to do nothing and
that's cool. So just some chill time, huh?
Is there anything coming out this summer? I can't remember. Is anything
movie wise? Yeah, Thor's next week. Thor's this week actually. Yeah, this coming week.
Yeah, Friday.
I'm gonna go see that opening week. Yeah.
We've got tickets for Friday, so it's like,
nice.
You excited about Christian Bale, Liam?
Christian Bale is one of my favorite. American Psycho is one of my favorite movies in general.
Such a good movie.
I got a question for Liam.
Go on.
Liam, if you watched it, what did you think of the Pistols series?
Okay, all right. You had to ask me.
No, please,
he's the only one that cares.
Have this conversation.
He's the one that knows about it. So finally, I get to enjoy his interpretation.
Okay.
I really did like it. I was so scared they were going to mess up Sid Vicious's bit because I thought they was going to, Disney it, but they didn't. Yeah. You were right about the Pam and Tommy thing. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I was like, that was on Disney Plus, and that was, Pam and Tommy. So, I wasn't disappointed. You can only fit so much in 6 episodes. So, what you get is what you get. But
I was really, it could have been 10 episodes. Like, the first episode seemed too much in one episode. Like, they could have had, explain a little bit even before they were younger, before they got the band together, and like the relationship between him and Paul, Steve and Paul. They could have had a in the beginning type episode before there's any major connections. But it was good for what it was, and I think the actors really nailed. I mean, not all the band members, but they definitely nailed Johnny Rotten and Sid Vicious. 100%. The guy that played Sid actually did a surprisingly really decent version of a normal, not drugged up Sid Vicious.
Oh, he did better than Gary Oldman.
What's that?
Who played him?
Louis something. I can't remember the kid's name, but he's a younger actor model kid. But did a good voice with his voice and just attitude. It's just that the whole story, if it lacked anything, it lacked not enough time. I mean, they nailed all the other characters and they kind of nailed every major point, but just without in a limited time period. So
how did it pair up to all the other kind of?
That's what I was thinking.
On other rock.
There's so many coming out.
Rock bands.
That's true. Now a lot are coming out. Yeah, a lot are coming out. I mean, it has a disadvantage of that it's not a movie and it's a series, so that helps.
I was hoping they'd do an extended universe of that, do David Bowie.
I mean, they could. I mean,
it's in the same universe as the Wu-Tang show.
Now that it's popular, I mean, that would be, I would love they were all linked. There was they could have put Queen into this Sex Pistols thing. There was
Freddie Mercury had almost a fight with Sid Vicious, didn't he?
Yeah, there was a whole thing, and they were on that Today Show because Queen backed out, and it would have been cool if they just put in the same guy.
The actors from that?
Yeah, if they just did it, it doesn't matter. They played them recently. Yeah,
it's what they do with Martin, what's his name? Michael Sheen. He played Tony Blair in a number of movies.
Yeah. It would be cool if they did that with the British music verse. That would be fun. But, they can't.
If they do have anyone in, that would be cool if they could just reprise their role as, get the person from the movie.
Yeah, that would have been extra cool. But, it was as good as it could be for what it was and for a new audience and for, for kids of today to want to watch it.
Yeah,
it kind of nailed all of that. There's stuff that I didn't like about it, but only because I know so much about that story and about that time that
cool.
There's no way that they were gonna accomplish that and not. It's not a documentary.
6 episodes long.
It's a series. It's a TV series, not a documentary.
Yeah, it's not as good as the book, so to speak.
Well, it's just not as good as 12 books that I've read. By every band member and by the biography and the manager and every angle from that series or from that story I know. So, but it was really good, and I'm glad that Liam liked it.
What did you think about Danny Boyle did he direct it?
Yeah, he did. Liam, in out here it wasn't culturally as
it never is.
It didn't really come up as much as I would have liked it, but I was wondering if, like, in England, if it was more talked about, like.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think, but it never really does make it that far. Stuff from England, I don't think, unless it's like the Beatles or something.
Right.
But
England
really
has its own whatever. It has its own vibe, and some of that stuff I'm not going to carry. I was hoping that it carried to where people were like talking about it in the news out here, and just like more.
A lot of people just don't get the English people. You know what I mean? Like,
it's sad. The Brits are so cool. They're so much cooler than Americans.
Our humor is so advanced that we're so sarcastic that everyone just believes we're stupid. But
you guys have humor, music, and fashion like way over Americans. You guys.
Elijah's an Anglophile.
Yeah, well,
that's for sure.
I said human, whatever. Those three categories: music, fashion, and humor.
Mm-hmm. So about Guy Ritchie movies
and Alan Moore.
What? I didn't say movies. I didn't say art.
Yeah, I like the movie. The movie yesterday is really good.
Yeah.
Do you like that movie, Liam?
No.
Danny Boyle. Did you watch that, Elijah?
Yeah, I did. I like that.
It's good.
Yeah, I like pretty much any music-related movie when they go heavily into music. I really appreciate.
Did you check out Elvis yet?
In that movie, though, too.
I haven't seen the Elvis movie yet. I want to see that.
I hear it's good.
Was that Max?
Oh, just the premise of that movie is brilliant. Of just he's the only one that remembers the Beatles. Like, that's genius.
Them a lot more,
that is something I wanted to see right away. I'm like, oh, that's different. That's cool. And like,
it's
something that everyone knows, even if they're not a music fan. So like,
yeah, exactly.
We take advantage of it because it's like they're always around, But like, you take them away, and you have this world that doesn't have. It's such a good premise. It's a great movie.
The same, but so different. I thought it was really. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, and get a girl in that movie played Pamela Anderson. It's crazy.
My personal issue with yesterday is that it's not so much the songs; it was the Beatles themselves as people. They came at just the right time in the '60s, and the culture was at the perfect time. So I thought it would have been better if the guy, steals all their songs. He didn't make it successful. To imply the fact that the Beatles themselves really carried the songs forward.
You're saying that like it was the context that made them like they are. And without that, it's just other music,
Right.
Yeah, but the Beatles made great music, but the Beatles were the Beatles, and I think that's what made them so great, not just their songs.
But that's true to a lot of music styles and a lot of artists and a lot of bands. That very thing. I mean, that even with punk and like
the thing about music, it required like to
the right time for it to hit and the right
to have the context about the world that's going on.
Well, movies are the exact same way too, of course. To a certain degree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's always like cool. when it runs parallels with like current times, it always gives it a good boost in the culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
We need to talk about Star Wars before 15-minute mark, so that otherwise it will be the longest period we haven't talked about.
Speaking of relevant media, Star Wars is always representing some type of thing that's going on in the current times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Using rock stars, using Flea and the Thundercat and
Endor's Vietnam.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. What was it? Game of Thrones used in a really bad way, mind you. What's his name? Did anyone watch Game of Thrones? The musician who
Ed Sheeran.
That's the one. Yes.
Oh, Ed Sheeran.
Which I think was the kind of most not greatly used use of a musician in a very.
It was a very self-serving cameo.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was when it was still good, so I let it slide.
Yeah, exactly. It was weird that they did it when they were on top. Like they didn't need the boost. It was just like
this was in the last season. I would have been like, "It's done. I'm done with this."
Anyway,
yeah,
that's cool. Anyway, let's move on from music and let's see what has been used. So we really haven't.
Speaking of music, John Williams is.
Yes, actually, yeah. No, that is
a good transition.
Yeah, John Williams announced that he is officially retiring after Indiana Jones 5, which he did say he's stepping away from film composing, but not for music, which I kind of hope it means that he still will do his Hollywood Bowl concerts that he usually does every year. He loves doing those Hollywood Bowl concerts, just a live concert, and so hopefully it means that we'll get another couple of years out of him doing something. And
that's I saw like
public.
He just has like someone else like conduct for him.
Yeah, but still.
When I saw the
Yeah.
Home Alone live, he had someone else. There was another music conductor. He does a lot of other Hollywood films, but he had him conducting, and then John Williams just walked on stage at the end.
Actually, Liam, has John Williams ever? Do you know? Are you aware of has he ever conducted any music over in England, like live in a venue kind of thing, or are you just not sure about that?
I'm not sure. He probably has. Like
right.
Sometime in his peak.
Yeah.
But,
there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing like seeing John Williams up there on stage in a concert. And usually, as I said, he does the Hollywood Bowl every year here in Los Angeles, and it's just phenomenal. It's just like listening.
He's a
to
modern
all
day
of his...
Beethoven.
That's it. He really is. Yeah, I mean, the man is like 90 years old. It's like he has done an incredible piece of music. It's stuff that's inspired me in movies like ever since I was a kid, and most people. And his stuff is so iconic. So it is very sad for me to see him step down, but a very much well-deserved retirement at the same time.
A long career.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's still around, Brent.
So, he's still around. I know, but
I think he's retiring on top. He's doing.
Oh yeah, no, totally. He's going to be doing
like...
Indiana Jones 5. I cannot wait for this soundtrack to come out. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I mean, and the thing is that he hasn't lost his touch, and even if you disagree and didn't enjoy the more latest Star Wars movies that came out, the sequel trilogy, you can still agree that John Williams' score is 110%.
Ray's theme is
incredible.
Great. That's
Ray's score is beautiful.
It's so good, and it's so John Williams. Like it's crazy. There's like,
if anything ties those movies together, it's the John Williams scores.
We just lost Jason. Okay. Anyway, we'll keep on talking. Yep, we lost Jason for a bit. He might have internet trouble. But, I mean, anything else anyone wants to add about John Williams there? Liam, anything? What has John Williams' music done for you? Do you appreciate his music? Or
I definitely do. I just love music in general.
Yeah, for sure.
I can really appreciate John Williams' music just because it's got a character. Like, you hear John Williams' music, you can tell it's John Williams. Yeah. But all his compositions, or I don't know what the word is. They all sound so compositions. Yes. They all sound so unique, and they're all just amazing, and they all apply to the movie as well.
So memorable. I mean, they're all so distinct and memorable.
Timeless as well.
Yeah. The one for me, I think, even more than Star Wars, is the Superman theme.
Yeah.
And the main theme, the one that it has all the the main long one. That's like, that has the slower melodies and everything in it, like the full piece.
But the references have been iconic and different, like Harry Potter score, the Jurassic Park score.
I thought Danny Elfman did Harry Potter.
What's that?
I thought Danny Elfman did Harry Potter.
Harry Potter? Danny Elfman did. Wait, no, Danny Elfman didn't do. I don't think he did any of them. It was John Williams composed the first two movies. 1 and 2. I think number 3 as well. Actually, I think he was a shadow in number 3, but it was John Williams who conducted Harry Potter, and of course you got Indiana Jones, and here we go. Yeah, and but either way, I mean, a sad farewell to John Williams in the movie industry as he's retiring, but same thing, very much enjoyed.
And congratulations for retiring for John Williams.
Yeah, that's it. That? Yeah, not many composers get to do that.
Doesn't have to be that sad.
Yeah, not many composers get to do that.
He want to do it no more.
Yeah,
just let him.
Is Max okay? Let
him retire.
Is Max all right?
He's making I don't know. He's gonna come back with an iced coffee.
I'm gonna mute Max. There we go. Hang on, here Max is back.
Pick up that Starbucks.
That's funny.
I had to let the mail guy in.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
All right, mail guy in.
Yeah. So jumping from music and past and what's happening this week in the box office, I'm going to touch on a few quick things here, guys. Age of Gru. Age of Gru.
Whoa.
Minions Rise of... Oh, I just spun that one in around there. Minions Rise of Gru is doing very well in the box office and open Age of Gru.
Is this what this
Look
is?
at it. Yeah. Huh?
A baby guy or whatever?
Yeah.
Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
You know?
But
origin story.
Only opened this week, and it's like, it's
a
done
meme,
like
though,
120
right?
million. Yeah, it's like the second Minions film.
Everyone's
fourth
dressing
or
up
the
in
fifth.
suits and
No, it's
going to watch this.
The fifth Gru film, Despicable Me based film. I enjoyed these movies. I don't know why. I just like they're silly fun. If you ever watch them, I see Jason's not that impressed.
They're like animated Gremlins, basically.
Well, yeah, but it's fun. I don't know.
I watched the Minions movie.
Yeah.
They left a huge gap during World War II. What were they doing?
Yeah, I have to admit that. I did catch that.
They're probably doing something nefarious.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely
Problematic.
I think they were in hiding till the 60s. I think it was. Yeah,
in a bunker.
What were they doing in the 60s? And don't forget the Vietnam War.
Right. Exactly.
Okay,
what are they
enough.
in moments in history? It's problematic.
Yeah, for sure. They
I understand they're what they are to pop culture and what they are to your aunt's Facebook.
For sure.
But it's a thing.
Yeah. Either way, it took a year.
I think this movie's only making money because of the memes, though. I
don't know.
Brent has always liked Despicable Me. I think the second
I've enjoyed
the second one came out, every time there's a trailer, you send it to me.
Oh,
it's like cool, Brent.
It's coming.
Either way, I don't know. I get a kick out of it. I don't know. There's something about silly basic humor that makes me laugh. Don't ask me why. Anyway,
I don't like comedy. He doesn't like comedy.
I can like
children.
Comedy. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of comedy, this is disturbing. Back to the Future Broadway set for 2023.
Oh boy.
I don't know how any of us feel about this.
I mean, I don't.
I'm surprised it took this long.
It's really.
I mean,
when you talk about musicals, there was a musical based on a picture of Albert Einstein at the beach. I'm not surprised when they come up with something like this.
Yeah, and I thought it had been out for a while now. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, if there's a Beetlejuice one or they did this one in off Broadway. This is coming
Broadway
to Broadway
musical too. It's
this
Spider-Man.
Broadway. So maybe it was in Chicago off Broadway for a little
it's
bit.
an existing show, right?
It could, I think it's moving to there. Liam, what thoughts on a Back to the Future musical?
Does he even know what Back to the Future is?
Hate musicals.
Of course he does.
I'm joking. I don't know about that. And I hate musicals, so I don't really.
Fair enough.
Well,
even Billy Elliot.
yes, we had that shit in school, and it was a horrible experience. I like Back to the Future, but I just think it's not going to be good as a musical. I don't want to see someone looking like Michael J. Fox singing.
Musical wise.
Just imagine the Biff songs as well. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
Well, that might be the best part of the show.
Maybe it could.
I have a theory about all this. I think Green Day opened the floodgates for what a musical can kind of be in this modern age, and
America,
who it's marketing them to.
Yeah,
right.
I think for so long, musicals were kind of marketed to the over 30 audience, right. And then Green Day kind of brought that down. And once everyone realized, everyone can go see a musical, a lot of these things latched on and started being stuff like the Spider-Man musical. Musical adaptations of other stuff.
Don't blame it on Green Day. They were other. I mean,
And there was the other stuff first.
There were other stuff.
Well, they blazed the trail to offer other musicians opportunities to do Broadway.
No, I remember seeing the Green Day musical when it was new, and I went to a lot of musicals as a kid because I lived near New York, and that was the first time it was primarily young kids.
Okay.
That's
Fair
cool.
enough.
And everyone was singing along too. It wasn't like the typical Broadway behavior.
Songs that kids knew that weren't like Mary Poppins or something.
Dude, I thought musicals are so boring. If I saw like
it wasn't like
I saw Les Mis and Miss Saigon, and I was a kid, so I was like, "The hell is this, man? It's still going."
Fair enough.
But then I saw Avenue Q.
That
was good. That's good stuff.
Right.
I like that.
I still haven't seen Avenue Q.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a modern thing.
Right.
But
Of
I
course,
don't know. Maybe I just need to be older. Like I saw West Side Story. It's not bad.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oklahoma's fun. I will put that in where I think Oklahoma is a fun musical.
Really?
Really?
I don't know why. I've always liked Oklahoma.
See,
Really?
Brent is immersed in musicals. He had to work in musicals.
Yeah.
How much do you hate Grease?
You know,
tell us how much you hate Grease.
I really don't like Grease.
I hate Grease as well, Brent. So
I prefer the darker musicals. Sweeney Todd, horrors.
Brent rates the musicals on what the sets are. Like that's his. That's
on the
ranking
design,
of musical
yeah,
because he had to work on
agree.
designing sets.
Yeah,
so like you're gonna ask him. It's like Grease sucks. 1950s. No.
Any show.
But that's what half of Back to the Future will be.
1950s America, I find the most boring time period to design sets for theater on.
Unless Marty McFly is going there.
Yeah, but even that, it's just like
the only thing
that's what they're gonna do. He's gonna go into time, and then it's gonna turn from like Andrew Lloyd Webber to like Grease.
I hope not. Oh my god!
Like he's gonna be in the 50s, so there's gonna be like Grease.
Yeah, it's gonna be like cheesy 80s.
I'm assuming
there's gonna be a love song of his mom swooning over her own son.
I'm assuming that I'm assuming they'll get the rights to Johnny Be Good at the end there.
Great song.
We could hope.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
and Marty McFly just steals art from.
Anyway,
he claims
art. So let's move on from the musical of. Hang on a sec, who we got there? Hello, Miss Sunflower. How's it going?
Every Sunday, 1 o'clock.
Every Sunday, 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Except for last week.
Except for last week,
working for Blake, so
unless
we did it on
you
Friday. Or when did we do it? Like Friday or something like that?
Yeah, we did it Friday, talking about Kenobi. So other things that have popped up in the feed in the last week or so. Ming-Na Wen was kind of posting more bits and pieces about Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai. She was doing like promo tours and stuff like that. So this show must be coming out soon. I can't remember if there's a release date for it yet, but I don't know. I'm getting more excited for this little animated series of short films.
I'm excited to see what these Mogwai are all about.
I always thought Gremlins would be, if there's a franchise to go after and keep doing, would be Gremlins. Like that one seems like that it could adapt to any time, and like it's not
it is timeless.
It's not like the timeless property. It's not like going to do better if it was in the 80s or the 90s or whatever. It's like because of the idea of what the gremlin is and how it works, it's like you could put him in any time period.
I think
the main character is adorable.
Yeah,
that's why it works so well.
And the gremlins, I mean, the idea of gremlins in the machinery works in this day and age even better with technology. I mean, come on. I mean, that's what Gremlins 2 was all about.
Yeah,
technology. They were like run amok.
I mean, that is what the term gremlin is.
Totally.
The monster taking apart the airplane.
Yeah, well, that's where it derived from the 1930s
bombers going down.
Is Howie Mandel reprising his role as Gizmo?
What's that?
I
have no idea. I think
I've seen Howie anywhere.
I do
Gizmo.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
He's probably
really?
got like a.
I didn't know that.
He's probably got a.
He used the same voice for Bobby's World.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Miss Sunflower, for subscribing. That's cool.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
Ooh,
that's awesome.
You won't regret it.
Well, maybe you will. We don't know yet. Either way, we like just having fun and chatting movies and stuff like that. But either way, Gremlins definitely. I'm getting more excited. I'm hoping this will build a buzz to do another live action film of some sort, but preferably with all.
So what do you guys, as far as speculation, when you guys think this takes place, it's got to be before, like the movie, right? Like,
I'd say it's.
Well, look at that poster.
I
mean, look at the poster. It's got Gremlins on there. It's got to be like in.
It looks like it's in China.
In China or Japan or wherever the
Chinese,
Chinese, whatever the original origin.
Yeah, but it's also
original origin
lights
story.
in it too, so we could
Yeah.
you know.
But it's definitely
when neon signs are around.
Yeah, I mean it's Gizmo. Definitely is Gizmo as well. So I'm going to assume that totally. Either way, I mean I'd be so down to seeing an updated movie, but I'm just excited.
Like to see the bigger picture of their existence. You know.
Yes.
Like, outside of just like running amok and causing trouble in the.
I think that was one of the things about Liam. You're a fan of Gremlins, or did you ever get into Gremlins?
I love Gremlins.
Yeah.
My cat was named after Gizmo.
So. That's awesome. Yeah, I do have a Gizmo
Liam,
plush
you're
toy
so
somewhere.
cultured. I love it.
I know.
That's for
I'm
sure.
amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, the idea of just having a background to Gizmo and
I'd like them expand on like what they are to this world, you know, and like where they're from, and maybe they like hold this bigger purpose, you know.
Yeah,
they're the protectors
that they're from. Yeah, right.
Yeah, what if they are the
of a village?
They got
they got to be held
but
by
they
a
have the
certain
dark
village
side.
or
But
like
they have
a
the dark side.
Demons to like protect something. Yeah, I'd like to see something like that.
Yeah.
If they didn't have an origin story,
maybe we'll see that. Yeah,
exactly. It does kind of kill
space out of nowhere.
It does kind of kill the mystery.
Yeah,
I like
that would be cool. Yeah, the mystery helps a lot. I mean, that's why Jaws is so good.
Right, for sure.
But like,
Jaws, the origin, just a young shark swimming happy through the water
until he accidentally gets kicked by a surfer, and then he's just mad and he's like, oh, that's it.
At least it's
right up
to the first movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. Maybe they are alien, huh?
Yeah,
seems pretty alien.
Either way, I mean, I'm sure it comes out this year sometime, but I don't think there's a release date for this still. And,
it's weird. I've been to ads for that for it seems like a long time too.
We've been talking about this.
Wow.
There is 10 episodes. Yeah.
I mean, the animation
coming out
is
on
taking super long. HBO Max, I think.
Is it?
HBO?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Maybe they're just waiting for the right time. There's a lot of shows that are out right now.
HBO Max was like pushing that as a title, like when they first started their service.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Like it was one of the first things that they were showing.
Speaking of another, a movie that kind of has making a bit of a comeback. This is going straight to Disney Plus, but Hocus Pocus 2. I know there's some people out there enjoy it. I wasn't the hugest fan of the original, but there's something nostalgic about Hocus Pocus. I don't know why. That's
all it got going for it.
Yeah, it is. It's
nostalgic is that Hocus Pocus was one of the movies I used to have to watch a lot in school.
Okay.
Because I had lots of alcoholic teachers that would play us movies. And just that would be one of the roll-in, like, you guys are watching Hocus Pocus. I'll be here drinking coffee. No one talked to me for an hour and a half.
I know you learn as an adult that's what the teachers, when they're watching a movie in class.
Yes,
it's because they're hungover.
Yes, and yes.
Yeah,
alcoholic teachers.
Fair enough. Liam, you
and I got a lot of that.
I like Hocus Pocus. I disagree with you. I like Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
It's worked its way into pop culture. It becomes like it's an official Halloween movie.
That's
you know.
I haven't seen it since I was like 10, so I can't really. But I remember it very well.
I remember it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when the guy like gets his lighter and he pretends it's magic to like light the. I think about. It's
a funny film. It is funny.
Yeah. I mean,
the concept that you need like they get brooms and then there's that one witch who gets a vacuum. Yeah. So it's like the concept that you need something that sweeps the floor or cleans to be able to fly. Like it can just be a stick. It has to have a purpose of cleaning.
Gotcha.
It just opens up all these different things. Yeah. It's good stuff. It's a great premise.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be going to Disney.
I don't know how they're going to bring them back.
I don't know. I mean, there's also a small teaser trailer for it too, and it's all the original actors, of course, actresses. I don't
know. They've been doing this a lot, and they're not doing so good. So whatever. I'm having my doubts.
I think
back,
again,
what you like about the originals. It's like just because you bring back the new actors doesn't mean it's going to be like all of a sudden fit in the time and place and everything.
People are going to watch it.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the reason I brought it up also is that both Elijah and myself ended up by doing some promo building stuff. We built a whole pile of candles last week that they were shooting for promo stuff in New York. So, which was kind of fun. So we got to build all these hocus pocus candles. So when you see interviews with the cast, you'll see some of our work on screen. If that happens, we'll drop the link. Because the last two ones that I've done promo display work for haven't been shown. They've actually cut the footage out of it, which
it's the worst when you do something and you make it and they make it feel like you need to do it right away.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't even get shown, and you're like, hey, that was gonna be nice.
Yeah, I did a piece for Spider-Man, and then I did a piece for the Batman, and both pieces were cut out of the final background behind the cast and the actors who were being interviewed. So,
and then you never see the. I mean, normally you never see the items.
Yeah,
again. I think you
saw that's show business.
That's show business. Exactly.
I always had the mantra of like Tibetan sand painting. Every time you make something
like,
for like film, it's gonna get destroyed. You know, there's a chance no one will ever see it.
No, exactly.
It's like Zen kind of aspect to
it.
Oh
no, totally.
Focus on the ritual instead of the end product.
Oh, for sure.
Whether
it's still fun to do though when you're being crafty and building something that is a reproduction of something that's.
Wouldn't rather be doing anything else.
Yeah. But that's my hocus pocus bit. Max, any hocus pocus from you?
I have never seen that movie.
Oh, really? Okay, then.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I remember it was on all the time when I was a kid, and I was just not a Disney Channel person.
Right. Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Oh, it was Disney.
Yep. And
it's like Touchstone Pictures, right? Or like whatever it was.
When Disney does their dark stuff.
Well, like Big or Turner and Hooch or K9 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
They make them their Touchstone movies.
We just lost Max again. So let's jump.
Jason.
Jason. Sorry, we just lost Jason. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Max and saying Jason. I don't know why Jason's new place and he's losing internet. So guys, let's touch on this other piece of news that dropped about a week and a half ago. Madam Web has been casting
I have some
more
theories
people.
about this.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Emma Roberts has been cast alongside of Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney in Madam Web. So we're starting to get name drops and stuff. Max, hit it.
This is for sure not a Madam Web movie. This is for sure just a vague spider associate team up movie. Like I think with all this female casting, there's going to be I think it's Madam Web is going to be the center of it, or two Madam Webs are going to be the center of it. But I also think we're going to get maybe an MJ. A version of Mary Jane. I think we could get a Silver Sable, a Black Cat.
I mean, are they trying to do like a Harley Quinn movie, like based with Madam Web, when like a character that like the general public is not a Harley Quinn. Like, I mean, the only people that are going to remember that are people our age and saw the 90s commercial are going to know Madam Web.
I think they're going to have two Madam Webs because there's the old one and the younger one. And I think they're going to have the old one as a conduit for people like our age, and then the younger one will kind of act as the conduit for the younger generation.
It seems weird. It seems like they'd be better off doing a Spider-Gwen movie and then introducing like the other women in a Spider-Gwen movie. I mean,
they could do any other character, like
a
Black
female
Cat,
Spider-Man. That's the character that like everyone wants to see as Spider-Man.
Yeah, Liam, your thoughts on a Madam Web movie there?
Well, yeah, I don't know. You're right. I don't know who that is. So
fair enough.
Well, Sony's doing it, not Marvel. In that, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Well, Sony. So it's probably not going to be very good.
How we're expecting the same success as Morbius?
Most likely, except there will be no memes for this one.
Yeah.
Oh, there will for sure be memes. There will be
but Morbius was funny bad. I haven't even seen it, but I still think it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's going to be called Madam Web, Answer the Call.
Oh, damn. That's low.
Sorry.
I don't know. We shouldn't doubt it until it comes out, but or at least
I probably won't even watch it, to be fair. I probably
Well, it's weird we've only gotten female casting, so it's like for sure definitely some female-led team of some sort.
Right.
Which is good, but at the same time, it's about Sony as a product.
It's a good idea if they can pull it off. It doesn't seem like these are the characters to pull it off.
My issue is that the priority of who the characters are, rather than how they're going to actually present the characters. Like, it's fine having female characters, but I want to know the characters, not the cast.
Yeah,
you know?
in other words, a Gwen Stacy would be a great introduction.
Is they're doing all these Peter Parker stories without Peter Parker, and they're going to have all these characters who just, I guess, know Peter Parker but don't.
Right.
Which is going to be just a weird amalgam of characters who just shouldn't interact with each other the way they are. Like, I think they're going to probably force every New York female spider-based person into this movie, probably save for like Silk and Spider-Woman. Because they have their own projects coming out, but I think it's going to be just a vague team up that's just not going to make much sense.
Yeah.
Less than Birds of Prey.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's well thought out.
Yeah.
I think that's what Sony's going for. And they're just like, what do we have that sticks to a wall? And they're like, spider people, spider associates.
Spider people.
Yeah. No, it's
Ned says Friends of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what their universe is.
Yeah. Yeah,
friends of Spider-Man's.
Friends of Spider-Man's, fair enough. I don't know. I
the
get
FOM cinematic universe.
I've kind of fallen shy of anything that Sony is doing right now outside of their animated stuff, and we still have Spider-Verse now set for early next year. It was pushed back from October this year into I think it was March of next year for the sequel for Spider-Verse, but. Their live action stuff has not been hitting it with me, unfortunately.
Wait till Craven. Then it'll be just a dumpster fire.
Hey, Jason, we're talking about, welcome back. We're talking about Madam Web briefly.
The Sony Spider-Man movies.
The fact that they dropped more cast.
The Mobius-verse.
I actually like Emma Roberts as well. I like her as an actress. So
really?
If this project isn't very good. Yeah, well, not even that. She was in American Horror Story, and that's something I like a lot. So
that's cool.
Good actress.
I've never actually seen that series, but
she's a legacy actress.
It's terrible, but don't watch it.
All right.
Because of her dad, Eric Roberts. Was he in?
He's Maroney.
Oh, he totally was.
It was Ramirez.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, think a better spot. Fall wouldn't kill me.
I'm counting on it.
I just know him from Stalked by My Doctor, the Lifetime movies.
Right.
They're excellent. They're horrible, but they're excellent.
Okay. He's also in that Killers music video.
Oh, yeah. If you work in Hollywood and you work on any production, there's like a 80% chance that Eric Roberts might
pick a better spot. Once me and Elijah get started on Dark Knight quotes, it doesn't stop.
That's a lot of money.
I've definitely heard more funny Eric Roberts stories than anyone else in this town.
Really?
He likes to work and he likes to stay busy.
Fair enough.
As long as he's working, he doesn't care what movie.
Well, from the stories I hear, it sounds like he doesn't like to work. It sounds like he likes to pretend he's working.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well,
Do you know who we're talking about, Brent?
No, not at all.
You watched Dark Knight Rises. You watched Dark Knight, right?
Yeah. But I'm not familiar with every.
He's Salvatore Maroney, the Italian.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
The guy that gets thrown off the thing, and the guy's sitting in court.
All right.
It's been
a while.
The Joker refers to him as, "Where's the Italian?"
Okay.
2-bit suit. We don't need to worry about the.
Whatever.
Right.
You need to worry about him.
Anyway,
you should know you bought it.
I have no segue for this next. I have zero segue for this next section, but the other show I've been enjoying that's been on TV recently is Strange New Worlds.
So good.
There are 9 episodes in. They got the season finale next week, and I have not been a fan of the series of Picard. No, I enjoy Star Trek, but I'm probably one of the few who enjoy Star Trek.
Picard hasn't been hitting it.
Discovery and Picard haven't been hitting it. They're good, very well done productions, and the cast is great and everything, but I just haven't been resonating with what they're been telling and saying as stories. But this series has been nailing it. I mean, it goes back to pre-Captain Kirk era. They've got actually another actor playing young Spock and young Uhura as well from the original cast. And it is, she's a lieutenant. She's an ensign at this point. But the actual series is just nailing these tropes that connected as Star Trek vibes. But then they up the ante on each of their stories. You think, they for example, they do a body switch episode a couple of weeks ago, And my eyes literally rolled, going, "Oh no, they're going to do the body switch episode story," but then they bring it up to a 10 as to the way they actually wrote it, if that makes sense. So
Which, like,
they're taking old stories, but they're making them
like Freaky
brand new
Friday.
and fresh.
but a man turns into a woman. He's like.
Not quite like. Well, actually,
when you said actually, 10, I'm just thinking like he wakes up and like,
exactly
oh my gosh, I'm a woman. I'm hot. I'm a 10. I don't know if
that's a spoiler territory. That's a spoiler territory.
I don't know if that's what you're alluding to, but when you said a 10, you're like, I woke up in a 10 body. What am I gonna do?
That's
Margot Robbie.
That's more or less what happens.
Exactly. But I woke up in Margot Robbie's body, like, oh crap! I guess I'm gonna stay home today.
Yeah, but then Margot Robbie wakes up in your body. That's
yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad for her. I just find her. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Sorry for the curse.
Yeah, but. This series has just been. This is a shot from last week's episode, but it's just been nailing some really great, awesome stories, really cool new characters, a reinvention of old characters that have been, feel true. And, I'm not the biggest original Star Trek fan. I'd rather Next Generation over the original series, but I'm loving the way they're making this show feel like its purpose and existence within the Captain Kirk era, or just prior to that, feels right.
I'm hearing this series of Star Trek is really similar to the Oracle or the other whatever that like Seth MacFarlane is doing. The second season.
Orville.
Orville, or whatever that is. I heard that this one is now like trying to be like that one. Yeah. Like because they were doing like whatever. I've heard, like I've watched them, but like that's whatever the comparison.
Orville definitely. I don't know, Liam, have you ever watched Orville? The Orville?
Seth MacFarlane thing.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode and stopped because I realized it's not for me.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons. I was okay with some of their stories, but I wasn't huge on Seth MacFarlane's humor within the realm of it.
Yeah, same here.
But they did have some solid stories under the story arc. And
just lately, they all look the same to me. Like all the they show like that. Sure. Like that's not Star Wars. It like whether it's I don't. They all look the same. I don't know if it's. I don't know if
isn't
Galactica or whatever? Like they
Orville's like isn't it based on Star Trek anyways?
Yeah, it literally is a Star Trek.
I thought it was a parody. I thought it was a comedy parody.
It's just a comedy parody based on
then they forgot it was a parody and started trying to write story for it and lore for it.
But it got more serious in season 2, and now that this new Star Trek is like similar to the season 2 of the whatever. That's what I was saying.
I will say this is the first Star Trek show in a while that it takes like the mantra seriously. Like it really feels focused on exploration. Like it doesn't feel like just some big galactic war, some big overhyped epic plot line. It feels like they're seeking new worlds, exploring new life, and
it's so old that it's fresh again. Yeah, it's so old
it's so old that it's new again.
Yeah, that's
literally
exactly. Yeah.
So Brent, are they gonna? Is this series eventually gonna lead to the Kirk era?
Yeah, it has to.
Like they're gonna introduce him. It's kind of like Smallville. So it's like right at the end, it's going to introduce Kirk or something. Or
so for anyone who's not familiar with the original, the guy in the middle, the captain who's right next to Spock, he actually appeared in an episode of the original Star Trek where he's deformed and his face is all burnt away due to an accident. And this series is this character, Captain Pike, foreshadowing, knowing he is going to have this accident and this is a real event. He was introduced in Discovery at some point, and they had this foreshadowing event. So this has got a limited space of time.
What did you say his name was? Sorry,
Captain Pike.
He actually was introduced earlier in Star Trek as a captain when Kirk was like away or something. They couldn't get William Shatner, and they had Pike for an episode.
Oh no, actually, Captain Pike was the original cast.
He's the original cast.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
In the pilot episode.
The original pilot. Yeah.
And was it Pike in the original episode and they changed it to Kirk, or was it the guy playing?
Just got recast.
Recast.
It was Kirk,
but
it was a recast.
And then I think they've just written him into
Lore.
Okay.
Yeah,
But, like,
Pike was the previous.
He's
captain.
portrayed a lot he's in the JJ Star Trek a lot. Like you see that
characters.
transition, like of him, like of Kirk becoming him when he was like the captain of the Enterprise when Kirk joins.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's going to have a limited time because it is a 5-year mission, the same as the Captain Kirk era, but it just takes place 5 years prior to Captain Kirk. So it'll lead up to his demise of why he leaves and becomes a character that appears in I think a 1 or a 2-part episode in the original series. But again, it's like they're exploring some really cool story arcs, and they're doing some really cool things with both character and story arc, and it's pretty funny, surprisingly. So even if you're not a Star Trek fan and you want to jump into this new series, I'd say it's definitely the one to watch as a new series. You didn't want to drag on it too much, but it's worth the watch.
It's comforting to know that there's good Star Trek out there right now.
Yeah, for sure. And then jumping from Star Trek to Star Wars, did you guys see this? The miniature model for the Red Leader X-Wing model, one of the originals, sold for $237 million at an auction.
Crazy.
Have
the extra 237 million.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's not like I'm spending all my money I own. That's like, oh, I've got this extra money that I can just buy. Like,
they know who bought it. Who bought it?
I have no idea.
They don't tell you.
Some guy who just wants to fly around like.
Imagine being one of the guys. Imagine being one of the guys who built that.
Yeah,
like.
One of the ILM guys.
Yeah, you're like, where's my piece of that pie?
It's just like
$12 an hour back in the day or whatever, and they're like, man.
Well, I mean, the reality was
$20 to make, man.
The reason why it's such a rare piece is the original Star Wars: New Hope X-wings. Almost all of them were destroyed. They blew up almost all their miniature models for screenshot and time. They only built so many. So when they did build it, so it was one of the few survivors in as good a condition as it is, kind of thing. So I thought it was kind of fascinating. It's always nice to know that something of the original Star Wars kind of is out there and about, that the fans can at least, who have got the money at least can get.
Belongs in a museum.
Yeah, there you go.
The people that can afford it can buy it. I don't know if they're fans.
Yeah,
they're like a business investment. They're like, oh, I can make money off that.
Yeah,
or maybe it's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's a huge fan.
Maybe
that would be hilarious.
That'd be funny.
And he's just running
that
now.
Yeah.
Like Leo, you can hire someone to make one that looks exactly like that one for way less.
Yeah,
you could, but it's not the one.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So you always buy a Picasso reproduction. That's not the one.
And another bit of Star Wars news, which is actually happening in England right now. This is pretty big. Liam, you've heard this. They dropped the tickets for Star Wars Celebration for 2023 over in England, which I don't know the venue it's going to, but
how many people will fit on your couch, Liam?
I don't have a couch.
He doesn't have a couch. Oh,
the piece of cardboard.
We'll sleep on the floor or whatever. How much floor space do you get?
No,
I live in a flat, so
there you go.
Oh, it's flat. Okay, that's as long as the floor is flat. That's good.
But yeah, so Liam, is there much buzz going on around in where you're at with Star Wars Celebration? People don't even care, or
no? It's in London, which is
south.
I'm in England. It's in the south, and I'm in the north.
You're in the north.
So I probably won't be going because it's really expensive to get trains to London. And
that's fair enough.
Find a place, so I probably won't be good. I haven't heard many people talk about it.
Right, but, fair enough.
In real life, I've seen people online obviously talk about it, but probably will be pretty big in London. I can imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, going to my first one just 2 months ago here in California, it's pretty spectacular. I can understand why they sold out, and the gateway's open to all of Europe, so everybody in Europe has got the ability in picking up tickets, it seems. But they sold out of their 4-day passes again within minutes, the same way they did out here in Los Angeles. and now I think you can get day tickets, but I think even Saturdays are all sold out. But there is some amazing stuff that happens there, and the amount of people that even cosplay outside of the actual venue of any of these things, and it's just incredible. And Elijah could contest to this because he goes to Comic-Con often enough down in San Diego. How when people dress up, they're everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, inside, outside, all over the place.
Yeah,
but now
it's cool to see. It's just cool to see.
Most places have like a collected spot where they all hang out. Instead of like being all over, walking all over, they just. Oh, you want to go?
Not in Anaheim. No, everybody was walking the streets.
The best thing about conventions is all the cosplayers.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
There's an anime con right now in downtown, and
oh really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of cosplayers.
Oh, that's what I was. Yeah. Okay. Part of the A to Z thing that we were working on, or the whatever.
Oh yeah.
For that con.
Yeah, that's the one thing, Liam. I don't think you would have any knowledge on, but our generations to dress up. Our generations to kind of dress up and walk down the streets as a Han Solo or a Darth Vader. We were shunned upon. Back in the 80s and the 90s, that was not the thing. That really, it's really something that came into fold in the 2000s kind of thing.
No. It started in the mid 90s with the convention, with San Diego Convention Center. It started off with like they would do masquerades. And then like everybody would come like dressed on the masquerade night, and then like the following year, like everybody would just come and they'd save their best costume for like for the Halloween, for the costume contests, and then it just
pageant.
Yeah, and then it just turned into, a thing. Cosplay when it became a title, when it became a name. You're like,
what's the group called where they all dress up as the guy holding the ice cream maker in Cloud City?
Woodrow.
Woodrow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Hood.
Wilson Hood. Yes, Woodrow Hood. Yeah.
What?
Woodrow
Hood.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a bunch of people who dress up as him and have ice cream makers, and they just run around the place.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Now that like cosplay has been
Woodrow. That's it.
Woodrow.
Woodrow.
Is it Wilrow or Woodrow?
Wilrow?
I think it's
It's Wilrow. I'm looking it up.
Someone Wikipedia'd already.
Wilrow Hood is. Yeah.
Well, anyways, what I was getting at was that so this is where cosplay has gotten, where it's like
Wilrow.
Specific characters.
Yeah.
Well, people are so accepted now that people do like fun gimmick stuff like that.
Right.
Like I was talking to Anthony yesterday, and there was a couple who would dress up as Martha and Thomas Wayne, and then they'd go up to every Batman and then pretend to die in front of
I saw that at New York Comic-Con with Spider-Man's parents.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's funny.
But it's cool stuff.
Not parents, Uncle Ben. That's what it was. It was Uncle Ben. It was an Uncle Ben and he had a rose, and he would just lie dead in the ground.
Yeah. That's
Liam,
have
you? Oh, sorry.
That's what's cool about like if you're ever on Reddit, you'll see like cool cosplay. Someone did there's a couple that did WandaVision. Yeah. Where they had like they're just painted in half. And one side was black and white, and the other side was in color.
The mashup costumes are nice, where they mash up two characters together. Those are fun.
Or like a steampunk Star Wars.
Right.
Steampunk Star Wars, Brent.
I think there's some cool stuff out there. Liam, have you ever had the chance to go cosplay on anything?
I haven't. On r/cosplay on Reddit, I took a picture of just nothing, of a wall, and I said, "This is my cosplay as the Invisible Man," and it got removed from the mods. Removed it because it was
really.
You should have put it on not interesting. That would have.
That would have blown up there.
The joke
that would have skyrocketed.
Cosplay.
Yeah,
everyone in the comments loved it as well.
That's funny. I think that's funny.
That
think
sucks.
That's well done.
Oh, man, the damn mods.
Yeah, it can be fun. I mean, people definitely have a lot of entertaining time doing it. I find the costumes too claustrophobic and too hot, especially out here in LA. It just gets so hot that I just get very uncomfortable.
You should just go next time. Just go in a green suit and just say you're Andy Serkis.
Or you just got to do a robe and do a Jedi, like an easy breezy.
Robes are pretty heavy. They're still pretty.
Oh man,
they get
you
very
just don't
hot.
like wearing. You just maybe need to go nude or something.
Oh god, no.
Do the nudist.
Well, there's levels of cosplay. There's casual cosplay where you can just like hint to like whatever character you're wearing, but it's like kind of just accessorized instead. So you're just not wearing a whole outfit.
Right. Yeah.
So there's different levels. So
well, I guess I did have.
You had Lola.
I had Lola on my shoulder. I guess that was something.
That's a cosplay.
Yeah, fair enough.
You did a cosplay.
Technically,
you did.
But either way,
Brent has the Obi-Wan outfit. You made an Obi-Wan Clone Wars outfit with like the
a while ago. That was
armor
very uncomfortable
over the robe. I know that's armor over a robe. That's why.
I know. Yeah, for sure.
Obi-Wan makes it look so comfortable, but that's the thing you learn about cosplaying.
Oh, yeah.
None of these suits are comfortable at all. They're all struggling under there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
It's the thing about being a Batman. You got to be ready for being like. You can't be.
I think that's why Deadpool cosplays are so popular though. Is because it's kind of just like a morph suit where it just kind of conforms to your body. It's like it's more comfortable than having a lot of straps or something on top of it. Even though he does have a lot of pouches and stuff like that. But that's just like a belt.
It could be restricting, like a picture perfect Deadpool costume could be pretty constricting.
Oh yeah.
Right. So Rosario Dawson sent this shot off on her Twitter
I saw
feed.
that was
her dressed as Ahsoka in a scene shot. You know, just the shadow of her body. I'm just like, I'm hyped for Ahsoka. It still makes.
What's that ground? What planet is that?
That's it. Yeah. What's that dirt from?
It looks like parking lot.
It could be.
It looks like the ground in the Mandalorian planet. The first one.
It is a darker. Yeah, it's definitely not Tatooine sand, is it?
No.
Up for conversation.
Thank God. I swear. See Tatooine one more time.
Yeah, fair enough. And they also cast a young actor to play, I'm guessing, young Andor. I guess we will see 6-year-old Andor at a certain point.
Cool.
Another Mexican
Inspired
actor.
by a Jedi?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's the right costume that he's wearing, if it's even... a scene from the episode next.
It's baby Han Solo.
Yeah, but no, I mean it's cool because Cassian Andor does say in Rogue One, he's been fighting since he was 6 years old. So it seems right that we're going to see some sort of his.
Gotta have a 6-year-old Andor.
Just like I said, I was 6 years old selling.
Yeah. Are you any more hyped, Liam, for Andor at this point?
Yeah.
That's a maybe.
All I can do is wait for it and see how it. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it
looked really nice.
The trailer looked nice. Yeah.
Yeah. As for plot, we'll wait and see, won't we? Well, not plot as in plot. I mean the actual, show. I know what it's going to be.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of down here for me, but now I'm kind of after seeing the cast at the celebration and everything. The hype is real. It's great. I mean,
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer's good.
It's a good trailer.
Yeah,
that's what got me stoked about because I was like I felt the same way too. I was like, oh, that's good, another one. That's cool. But then the trailer came out. I was like, that looks sick.
Yeah, no, and we've got August 30th, so we're like now just under 2 months away from that series dropping. It's like yes, another Star Wars series. We've got a lot of things dropping in the next month and a half. So
yeah, I don't think we're gonna be short of any Star Wars content.
No, and then we've got a few more episodes of Ms. Marvel too coming up, which is cool. And then this is one other quick shot as well. This is behind the scenes on the volume stage from Kenobi, which was kind of just a cool. How cool is that? I mean, like that floor is the only thing that's real in that set, along with
the pillars.
Oh yeah, the pillars are real. Yeah, that's it. But
crazy.
That's still that's still a lot to build. That's pretty.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
I like that. I like how you can see where the pillars continue.
Yeah.
Up towards the ceiling, but since you don't have this perspective of the camera, it just gets cut off like that.
Totally. But just the fact of they're making use of their floor being so shiny that the reflection of the screens is bouncing off the floor now. And we they use this room a few times in Kenobi, but it's like I really dig into I think most of us dig into the set design stuff and how cool it looks. I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah. And the other thing
it saves a lot of time, that volume. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah.
You don't have to comp out too much.
Yeah. And the other thing that came out this past week was the soundtrack for Kenobi, which I ended up by purchasing and listening to by Natalie Holt. It's good. It's not one of my more favorite soundtracks. It doesn't feel as it feels more Marvel than it does Star Wars, if that makes sense, in the sense of listening to the music in the background. There's a few memorable pieces that are done by John Williams. We end with the Imperial March and this and that, but the build up to all that just didn't work for me as a soundtrack. And I don't know. What do you guys think of it
from
in
the
the
Marvel
series?
thing?
Yeah.
It sounds like music cosplaying as Star Wars.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's a nice piece of music, but it doesn't feel as connected as Star Wars as, say, what's his name? Ludwig's I can't pronounce his name. Who does the Gorenstein? Yeah, Goranson. Yeah, as he does there, and I love the stuff that the Kiners do for the animated series of the Bad Batch and the Clone Wars and Rebels. And
I think Ludwig nailed the Star Wars vibe
without it sounding and copying anything from it.
Yeah, well, he understands music. He's a great musician. He managed to capture it without it having to copy John Williams. You know?
Yeah, no, agreed. That's it. Yeah, and I feel like there's I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the Rogue One soundtrack, surprisingly, and that's done by Michael Giacchino. I can't pronounce his last name.
Right?
Giacchino, yeah.
He did Spider-Man, the current Spider-Man, and J.J. Abrams' Star Trek.
Yeah, but his stuff. I mean, there was some stuff that was nice, but there was a certain amount of copy work in there too. That I don't know. There's some. It's very hard for them to nail a new composer who can bring a new tone to it that cannot directly mimic John Williams.
Right.
And the Star Wars timbre.
Yeah. And the people who have done stuff before have done some mimicking stuff, but they've also done some original stuff too that I've really enjoyed. So it's again, it's like it's an interesting thing. But
that's why Mandalorian's so good. He managed to do it.
Yeah, the score.
I think he also added a lot more Western themes to the Mandalorian score, so it sounded like different but familiar.
It was original, and he managed to capture what that felt, that John Williams kind of
vibe,
fanfare, you know?
Yeah, totally. And something else that I picked up on pre-order was this guy. They've
nice.
released the Sideshow 12-inch Cad Bane figure.
A couple different faces?
You can see where his face, they could easily separate the face.
Yeah, just like
design.
a little piece
the
out.
blue part just comes off.
Yeah. No, you've got and they've
this guy's
droid. Little robot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was in the animated series of the Clone Wars.
That's what he would have looked like if he was in Mandalorian.
That's I did ask Seth Green one time why, what he thought about the fact that Toto 360, who he voiced in the animated Clone Wars, was not in the series of Book of Boba Fett, and he was just like, they just never asked him, and obviously they didn't want to bring in an additional character at that point.
I think that would have worked anyways. I don't.
It may not have.
Tone wise, I don't think that would have worked.
No, probably not. Not for the scene, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have been back on the ship or something like that. I'm guessing is my thought. But either way, I mean, it's a cool figure. It's not coming out to 2023, so I've got some time to save for that one. But the other one they dropped, which was interesting, was the Purge Trooper, and I never really this was in Kenobi. And we never really saw a close-up detail of this Purge Trooper, but they actually look very much like the Inquisitors kind of costume.
Troopers, were those black ones in Rogue One?
Oh, they're a bit like they're a little bit like the crap. Why have I got mental block on them?
I like how it has this a shoulder pad like the Sand Troopers.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely things that identify a key trooper, and I still don't know. These guys are big more so for the computer games, I believe. But I don't know too much about the Purge Troopers outside of we see them briefly in Kenobi. But it's kind of cool that they're starting Kenobi-based 12-inch figures. But I'm going to hold off on those for a bit.
Yeah, didn't the droids in the last episode of Mandalorian season 2? Those are from the video game.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
Same with the one in season 1 not season 1. Who was it? Someone had, I think it might have been in Rogue One, had it's a former Empire droid that you see a lot in like games like Fallen Order and Battlefront.
Right.
I can't remember what that droid is called.
AS01 or whatever his name is.
Alan
Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk. Yeah, that droid.
KSO.
He's so annoying in
KSO.
Fallen Order. Those guys are impossible to kill, but they're fun in the movie.
Right.
Yeah. I like the way they're designed. That's a cool look.
Yeah.
They're lanky. I kind of like it. Yeah.
It reminds me of a 3A toy or something, like an Ashley Wood painting.
So should we jump into Miss Marvel for a bit, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the new episode. It was great.
Liam, you caught up with Miss Marvel?
Yep. Liked it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. First, they've kind of said that this is a ratings with all the Disney shows, and obviously Clone Wars is at season 7 at 100% ratings.
Obviously.
But it's interesting that Miss Marvel has jumped up to 96% in ratings. It's like it's taken over
Marvel one.
Yeah, it's taken over What If, which was at 94.
Boba Fett's on 66%.
Yeah, well, that's life.
That makes sense.
But Kenobi's at 75, which makes about sense.
What?
It's weird. It's like it's kind of like it had some ups and downs from its reviews, but Miss Marvel is at 96%. That's kind of incredible for a show that we all kind of considered was going to be like, okay.
Speak for yourself, Brent. I was excited about this.
You were. I was. Yeah.
Brent has been very vocal on how not excited he's been about this.
No, I like to kick myself when I'm down, when I'm wrong. I mean, it's such a great series. So yeah, guys, what did we enjoy about this week's episode?
And on location, right? That was great.
Yeah,
I think they filmed it in Thailand or something like that, and they turned it into
on a location.
Right.
Yeah, a location.
Yeah,
that's good. It's cool. Nice set pieces, good action chase scenes. For a TV show.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed on how easily it is to kill a clandestine. Like you got these 1,000-year-old warriors that's killed by teenagers.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's kind of lame.
Yeah, there were a few things in this week's episode that kind of brought it down a little bit. They obviously were moving fast to move the plot along, but it felt like we didn't get as much of the family unit as I like the small stuff at the beginning when she was meeting her cousins from overseas, and then it just disappeared and they kind of dwindled off and we never kind of got any
the cousins abandoned her.
Yeah, that was it. And it was just kind of like, okay, we didn't see any more development in that side of it. There are other things that they set up new stuff, obviously new characters and all that. We got this guy here pop into it.
Red Dagger,
yeah.
He was played by the kid who stole an apple in Dark Knight Rises.
Jason's gonna remind us again and again.
Catwoman gets back her.
Bugging me. Like I kept seeing him. I was like, why do I know that face?
Yeah.
And he was like a little child in Dark Knight Rises. You steal from us, you little bastard. And then Selena Kyle beats those guys up and takes a bite of his apple.
Yeah, and
he doesn't look too happy.
Like, what?
He doesn't look too happy about it.
Yeah,
I just want to say that. That's
eat around this apple now.
It's worth mentioning. Right?
Oh yeah.
Should I not mention it? Would you prefer I don't?
You can mention it as much as you want to because we know you will. but they're setting up obviously some sort of relationship between these characters. It seems there is some relationship plot twists going on.
Weird that they're friends, and he literally tried to kill her.
Yeah,
like she's catching daggers. It's like, what are you doing? He's not trying to catch. He's trying to kill her.
Yeah, Liam, any highlights
people
change?
Yeah,
that's it. Any highlights from this episode that worked for you at all, Liam?
The part where Red Dagger is chasing her, and it's kind of silly. It's kind of like slapstick, where she's using whatever it is, the cosmic thing, where she makes the floor.
The bracelet.
It's just funny how I like that part, the chase part thing. But the ending too, where they're trying to get on the train thing, everyone's trying to get on that train, and
that was cool.
She ends up back in time.
Yeah.
That's a story I'm
that's
invested
kind of where
in.
it leaves it. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah.
And visually, it looked obviously, in real life, it would be pretty bad, but on the TV, it's fine. It looks very nice visually.
Yeah, it's cool. Like when she goes back in time, it's a total like palette change. Like the color is like more.
Yeah, that too.
More brown, and like she's the most colorful thing there.
So do we think she's out? Do we think she's physically gone back in time, or she's just seeing this? I mean, she's obviously.
I think she was. There's a rip in the space and time, and she fell through because like when she gets when they hit her bangle, you see the kind of the air rip behind her, similar to like when Charlize Theron like slices open at the end of Multiverse of Madness. It looks similar, where she just rips into space and time, and she just goes through.
Yeah.
So it brings up the speculation that maybe I'm thinking it's going to be her who saves her grandma.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be some type of like time loop, like this always happened, which is my favorite type of time traveling. I guess
it was always meant to be because of the purpose of,
I think that type of time traveling is like Prisoner of Azkaban type of time travel, where it's just a loop. It's always going to happen. It's destined to happen. And you're just always going to influence it, and it's always there. And I like that type of stuff, but that's my speculation. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. Any speculations, Liam, coming up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know really. If she does see her grandma, then cool, because that's who she got the bracelet things off.
Right.
Yeah. So see that whole thing.
The trail of stars will be that crystal magic she uses to get her grandma.
Yeah, feels like it is right there. Yeah, the idea that there was two bracelets. I wonder if they're ever going to touch base on that again, because they did mention, I think in episode 2 or 3, about the fact
someone else has that bracelet.
Yeah.
They took one.
Which is weird. In the comics, the original Captain Marvel had the Nega bracelets that she's wearing.
Oh, really?
And but we already saw Marvel in this universe and Captain Marvel, and she was like the gender bent version of her, the Doctor. Was she a doctor? She was the older woman that Carol like turned to in Captain Marvel.
Right.
Annette Bening.
Yes. She played Marvel, which was it kind of hurt my soul seeing that. I was like, oh, come on. You can't even have the OG Captain Marvel be cool. It's just like a 70-year-old woman.
I was fine with
that they take liberties with the source material, Max.
I mean, that was not liberty I expected.
MCU
that was just not
taking the liberties on it. Like, how disappointed were you that like Tony made Ultron? It's like there's
I'm fine with that. I'm just like, I just want Captain Marvel to do something. The original Captain Marvel to do something cool instead of just like great power comes great responsibility. Captain Marvel, on your way.
I always, when I think about her role, I always think of like the vision of her dancing to Nirvana in that one scene. It's so
fair enough.
Listening to Nirvana on a vinyl, and she's all like, "Ooh, Nirvana, some music." She's all in a leather jacket, all dancing. I'm just like, "What the hell is this?"
That's cool. Any other highlights, guys, from this episode that come to mind?
She's wearing an outfit that is true to the comic at the moment. When they give her blue shirt.
Yeah,
it looks
and the red vest thing.
Yeah, it's like the vest and like the long, her red underneath. It looks
it's a great reference, because in the comic she goes to Karachi, leaving her costume behind, taking like a mask or something just in case. I think, or no, maybe she has like a shawl on her head. But she goes there. That's where she meets Red Dagger for the first time, and because he's like saving Pakistan and stuff like that.
Right.
She doesn't have her costume, so it was kind of a great reference to that moment in the books when.
Cool.
She meets like doing stuff, but she doesn't have her official costume.
Right.
It's like Night Monkey version of
Captain
Marvel, Miss Marvel.
Well, either way, we've got 2 more episodes left of this series, so we're going to get a whole time travel story next week. I do like that this set week was all about being in a different culture. They set the first 3 episodes up being about the family. Different culture now, different part of the family, and now we get to see another part of the family, but in the past. And it's still going to be curious as to how it leads up to the finale of the. I'm going to assume just the first season, because I definitely want them to make a season 2. This show's rocking it out of the park.
And it's cool to see like the just the portrayal of like the partition.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move on from that into, I guess, Stranger Things Season 4, or Stranger Things in general, I guess. We had the last 2 episodes drop of Season 4. We are not going to talk any spoilers about it. I think only Max and myself have seen these last 2 episodes, right?
Yeah. I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I know spoilers, guys. Please.
No spoilers. No spoilers for anything on the last 2 episodes of Season 4. We will talk a little bit about the first half of the season. What have you guys been thinking so far? Liam, I know you said you've only seen a little bit of Season 4, was it?
Yeah, I saw like first 2 or 3 episodes. And,
okay. Yeah.
No, that was about it, really. But,
What were your thoughts on it so far? Just did you fall off it, or you just haven't?
I liked it. It's just there was a lot of new characters, and it was a lot different. Plus, I thought season 3 was so good that it would be hard to,
like the Mind Flayer and Billy.
Yeah.
Billy's redemption
last season.
Yeah.
That actor who played Billy he was able to pull off Unhinged so well, like in like a different kind of way.
Yeah, he was just so chaotic.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
and like his whole like hitting on the mom, like
Oh yeah, that's it. I forgot about that.
The Wheeler mom.
I've only watched these episodes once as they've dropped consecutive year apart from each other, so I need to go back and rewatch a lot of them. So I have trouble remembering who is who. It's weird with shows like that. You watch them for like one day, and then you don't watch them again.
Yeah, that's how I watched them all. Like ever since like the first season, I watched them all in one day.
Yes,
and that's why I like this the way they're doing it now.
Yeah,
I think it's nice to get a break in between so we can like reflect and talk about it instead of like just talking about for a week and it just goes away.
And then it goes away, and then you have to remember or recap and rewatch. And I don't usually have the energy to rewatch some of those. But
on YouTube, you could just find like nice. They put together like
recaps or like
recaps.
The
recaps.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And they'll get like official recaps from Netflix. So you know if you want to get like an official recap, it's good. So it's pretty easy to catch up. That's what I did with this last one because I've only watched them once. But.
Well, yeah, I only caught the first half of the season like about 2 weeks ago, so I'm like, just I'm fresh in my mind with everything. Hey there, Laval, how you doing? The older millennium.
What? No, I'm 18, adult.
There you go.
Are you a Z? You're a Zoomer?
There you go.
Technically, yes.
Yeah,
technically, yes.
Anyway, Brent's ex, dude. Like he's not even.
Whatever.
Brent and Elijah are exes, man.
Yeah. No. Anyway, back to Stranger Things. Fair enough. Back to Stranger Things. I don't know. This season definitely is not clicking. It feels a little forced what they're trying to build into the story. It's like, let's try to make another season and let's adapt on something we already had created that is trying to enhance something and change something a little bit to what previously came. So I don't know. I mean, I have mixed feelings about this season.
The whole Mike and Will thing seems like kind of useless to me at this moment.
Yeah,
it's very useless.
But like the best out of that is Argyle.
Argyle's the best. Argyle and Eddie are the two best.
That's why I'm not too mad at that storyline because we got Argyle out of this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's great. That's a great addition.
Yeah.
Just like what's his name? The that hair metal dude.
Murray.
The guy who the dungeon master.
The dungeon master.
Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie.
Eddie. I love Eddie.
I like Teddy.
Great.
Yeah.
He's a great character. Like he's just doing it right. He's a British actor, right? Right, Liam? Yo, you boys know how to act.
We don't all know each other.
Right? You know him, right? Did you like
Huh?
have 11sies together or something?
What? What is it? 11Z?
Liam,
anyway, anyway, you can tell I'm Generation X, huh? Anyway, other stuff that is with this series itself. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right about the whole. Some of the leads are definitely taking a second place, and it feels
which
like
I'm okay with. Like Will, Will had his time. He's they're dealing with their like small conflicts. I guess. It just feels like they don't know what to do with them.
Yeah,
but then like everyone's else all over the place. Like
you
got a great prison escape. You got like there's like you're still stuck in the upside down. You got Vecna. They're back to form to first season where it's like this monster.
Yeah, but all these
D&D monster
for sure. All these characters though, they've been separated all the way through. We know they're all going to kind of meet again at the end and stuff like that. But
in which they've always done in all.
I guess they have.
Right,
they're always separated, and then they all get together.
Yeah,
because they're like
they're spread out the furthest.
Because they're like there's a bunch of people in Russia, in California, and then
and it's the road,
and then 11's on her own with Mad About You.
You know what? I've always enjoyed Paul Reiser's acting, and it's really funny because he is so representation almost of I can't remember his character's name in Aliens, but I think
he's reprising that type.
He is reprising that type of guy. So you don't know where that story arc is going necessarily.
See, that's the thing about this
with his character.
The castings are all references themselves to 80s.
Oh, for sure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's some great stuff in there that does work, that does connect. There was even stuff down.
You got Mad About You, Full Metal Jacket, and Heathers.
Oh, wait, what
Krueger, was Robert Englund, right?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger's in it.
Robert Englund's in it. What year was Lost Boys? Was Lost Boys 86 or 87?
That might have been 89, 88.
89. Okay. There's a serious costume vibe going on in the last two episodes that is really sweet. That kind of.
I said no spoilers. Brent.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
Photograph. There's a trailer. There's a trailer out for you. You see them in the trailer.
I've been avoiding those.
Oh, really? Okay, so I was referring to the costume. I didn't say anything about the plot. Anyway,
stop it.
Yes. Well, there's some serious costume vibes going on there, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, it worked as season 4 worked as a whole. Now that I've completed it, it'll be interesting. I'll be interested to hear what you have to say next week because I'm sure you guys will catch up during the week.
I saw someone they compared what the Vecna looks like to the Grinch, like Jim Carrey's Grinch. And it's
really
funny.
There's one one real big wide shot of him, and he's got like a belly.
Yeah.
It's weird. He's got like a weird belly,
big hot belly.
Yeah.
It's like how the Grinch had like really skinny legs and like kind of skinny torso.
He was pear-shaped. He was like a pear-shaped man, and like you see Vecna, he just looks all pear-shaped. They compared him to the Grinch. He's giving off Grinch vibes. Sure.
Right. Yeah.
He's like self-wallowing in his upside down.
I will say, I thought the Vecna design was super boring. I thought it was just like such a lifeless gray that was just not that interesting. I feel like I've seen that design everywhere.
That in itself is an ode to like old movies where it's like a pure like it's a practical costume.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen like, with the world we live in right now, you got Elden Ring and all these video game concepts that have great concept art and like great storytelling, and that will kind of dull our senses when it comes to like something like this. Yeah. Because we're just so saturated with
I do like that they're trying to not CGI the main villain and character.
But that's the homage to 80s right there. There's going to be a level of practicality and every aspect
80s homages, just
every aspect of the show is going to reference that era.
Totally.
It's cool, good stuff. Man.
Out of all the performances, though, guys, this one by Sadie Sink She all the way through this series, she is nailing it. She's one of my favorite actresses of the whole show.
loved that Kate Bush moment.
Oh,
that was
making Kate Bush popular.
She made from that song.
What's wrong with that, Elijah?
It's just because it's a great. It's like I mean,
what it's doing is it's offering it's her to like
there's nothing wrong
Liam's
with it.
generation.
It's amazing.
No, I hate.
I'm not saying there's anything
Do
wrong with
not.
it. I'm just saying that it's amazing that like after so long, like one song used in the right way for the right show. I mean, it's all about timing, just like anything else. But like, that's a great song. It has been a great song. It's been an amazing song. Like, it's just funny that now people find it because it's being used in a show like this, and it makes me think of what other music would people really enjoy, provided it was given given to someone
front and centered as a purposeful.
Well, it's like
there's Fleetwood Mac I like that I would love people to like, but it hasn't, because it hasn't grabbed them for whatever reason. It's like they're not going to like it until it's in Running That Hill is like, in a movie or something that they want to watch. That's all I'm saying.
It's like what Looney Tunes did to the Hungarian Symphony. Imagine all those Linz fans being like, "Oh, finally! People are seeing Hungarian Symphony, like it's popping again."
Yeah, and it's happened before. Other music that is old.
There was that TikTok that made Fleetwood Mac boost and listen on Spotify.
Same exact thing.
I don't know. You seem to express like that you don't like, that you're annoyed.
Well, not annoyed, but I'm just like, it's just like now you guys realize that, it's just like, oh, now you like it. For me, it's like that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Right.
I'm just saying that it's like, it's good. It's good. I'm glad that people like it.
But you were there first.
It's just gatekeeping.
Elijah likes
a little bit.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of that, but it's like,
you didn't
come on,
earn people. Kate Bush, man. You gotta earn it.
You may like the song, but I like it in a much more complex way.
It's a little bit of that, but not all of that. I'm just saying that it's nice that, like, for
whatever it takes, whatever gets it in their ears, man.
Whatever. If it was other artists that I love, I'm sure it would be the same thing. I would be happy that it, like, people are finally like.
Well, you should be happy for TikTok then.
Yeah,
just doing that.
TikTok is doing that, making songs relevant.
Relevant.
Yeah.
But that scene was great. I thought that gave me chills. I'll say it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not afraid to admit I got chills from that scene.
Did you guys see that Kate Bush owns all the rights to that song? So with the big streaming push, she made like millions overnight.
Wow. Oh yeah, for sure. That totally, yeah. Well, needless to say, guys, in the last 2 episodes, it's definitely a nice impact. There is a guitar solo that is rocks. That's pretty cool, and that's all I'll say about that. But They conclude the season, and I believe there's one more season left to go of this series.
They said next season will be the last one.
Which makes about sense.
What? Okay, cool.
I mean, the kids are getting older too. It's like how long can they really stretch it out without doing like a major time skip? I think
they're gonna look like the cast of Grease
when they all get married.
Yes.
A bunch of 40-year-old dudes like, hey, we're high schoolers.
That's it. Yeah, they graduate.
He put up a fight.
Yeah, technically they'll be going to 11th grade in next episode, so they still haven't even graduated from high school. So it's like,
dude, what's his name? Age like crazy. He looks so old now.
Which one?
Max's boyfriend, or what's his? I keep forgetting his name.
Caleb something. That's
the black kid.
Yeah, Caleb.
Yes.
He's all like basketball player. He's got a flat top.
He genuinely looks like a lot.
I've been enjoying his arc in this story as well.
He had a really fun
I feel like he was.
That. I like he's hanging out with the preps.
Yeah, he's been underused since season 1, in my opinion, and I think he actually has been brought up.
Good.
Yeah, they've used him well in this season.
Threw him off their track.
So he was drawing at the start of the season. We were like, oh, he plays basketball now. Oh, he's got all his friends. What happened?
Yeah.
I like that.
But that happens. That changes between one summer, from the beginning of a summer to the end of a summer. Some kids just come back into school and are totally different, and it usually is about that age too. And it was in the 80s too.
That was It's a great high school premise of like that rift between being a popular kid and leaving your nerd friends in the wind. But then, like, you know,
he nailed his performance too. Again,
so
there's been some really fun
good
things
high
in this
school
season.
moment. Yeah. And you got to include the high school stuff in this too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But either way, I mean, so yeah, any last minute thoughts, guys? Because we might end the stream and be going for an hour and a half.
Dustin's girlfriend's house has no business being that chaotic. What the hell is going on?
Yes.
Like, what is that? What the hell, man? What kind of house is that? It's insane.
Fair enough.
It's like that kid came back from Jumanji or something. But yeah, I mean, that was good fun stuff, I guess. There's a lot of useless things in 80s movies, so you know, it's all in the theme.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk a bit more about the season finale, probably go into spoiler territory next week when we talk about this, as well as probably Miss Marvel episode 5. And whatever else drops during the week. I don't know. It's been, you know, there's not as much Star Wars news right now, but we're going to get plenty of that into next month, I'm sure. So at this point, we are going to probably end the stream. Liam, it has been awesome to have you on. Love to chat with you, as always, what we do.
I didn't get to talk about RRR.
RRR? Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, Jason wanted to talk about RRR. What is RRR?
All right, so Kamala...
Okay. All right, okay.
Kamala goes back in time.
Yes.
In the partition.
Okay.
Rewind 20 years, 1920, India. It's so RRR is a film that was released on Netflix, and it's a Bollywood film,
right?
And it's epic. I think everyone should watch it. I mean, I convinced you guys to watch Squid Game, and you enjoyed that,
right?
I think you should take this and watch this because it's like it gives it some context. And if you're worried, like, Jason, I'm not gonna know any of these actors.
So it's based around the time period of.
It's based during the British rule of colonization of India.
Okay, all right.
And it's based
I was about to
on
share that, but I probably shouldn't. Oh, should I?
No, don't. You're the bad. You're the bad guys in this movie.
The bad guys in every movie.
Yeah, I know, right? In Star Wars.
A lot of history movies.
Yes,
but it's about it's a fictional story about two real life Indian revolutionaries,
right?
Alluri Satarama Raji and Kamaram Bhim, and they're like huge like revolutionaries around this time during the British Raj.
It's 3 hours long.
It's 3 hours long, but it's like it's done like an oil painting, man. It's nuts, and it's so good, and the action is amazing. But what they did was the premise of this was if these two revolutionary figures in Indian history in the history of this country were to meet, and what type of interaction that would be, and it's just like action packed. Every scene is like a picture. It's like Spider-Verse, you know. You just every screenshot you could like pause and it looks like a painting.
Wow!
But to do that with practical, and then you're like, what? It's like, Jason, I don't know any of these actors. Who am I gonna? You know, I don't know anyone in this film. But the bad guys are played by Ray Stevenson, who is Volstagg in Thor, and he also plays like Hearst Castle in Punisher Warzone.
Right.
And his wife, like these are the two bad guys. His wife is played by Alison Dottie, who you know as Elsa from Last Crusade.
Okay.
You know,
the
lady who's the reason why Indiana Jones and his dad are Eskimo brothers.
Okay. I haven't seen her too much, but okay.
And the level of bad guy they play in this is like the masked people in Squid Game. They're just like the worst people.
Oh, check it out.
So yeah, it's great. The director is what's his name? I don't know how to say this, but he directed Bahubali.
S. Rajamouli is the director.
Russia. I can't read my Rajamouli. S. Rajamouli, who directed Bahubali 2. Which our friend Brent Lee Whitaker was the stunt coordinator for.
So there's one of Lee's films. Yeah, he does he's done a lot of Bollywood films. Yeah, that's cool.
And so there's some relevance right there if you're wondering. Yeah. But like, I think I don't know. It's one of those things that that you gotta watch. You know, I'm gonna put it up there with Arcane. So this is Jason's weekly suggestion that Brent's probably not gonna watch.
I will watch it eventually. I will. I just have to be in the mood. Hey, I finally caught up with Stranger Things, and I hadn't watched that for like 8 weeks since it dropped the first half, and so.
But
I still haven't caught The Boys yet. I'm still haven't caught up on The Boys yet. So.
Yeah, me neither. I've been like dodging YouTube videos because of it. It's kind of
I've seen nothing on The Boys.
It's getting in the way of my life.
Stay off of Twitter because Thor's getting spoiled over there too. Like I'm
God!
Actually, Liam, have you watched The Boys?
I've watched everything except the new season.
New season, yeah, same thing.
Same here.
Yeah.
I plan on watching it. I just for some reason.
Maybe
I saw like the first episode, and I thought we were gonna react to it.
Yeah, we should. Well, we should still because I
waiting.
still haven't watched it. I just haven't had the time. I've been working the last 2 weeks, and my head's.
But if you guys are down, I'm down to.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah. But either way. All right, guys. Well, we've been going long enough here. So, Liam, once again, thank you for joining us, and Max and Elijah, and totally, man, and Jason, Max, and Elijah, guys. This is cool. And next week we will chat about more fun movies and bits and pieces, and chat out there for chat, guys. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to interact with you. Sorry, we lost the ability of interacting as much as we normally would, but So anyway, cool, guys. We shall catch you all later. Bye.
Bye.